going on? It's Intuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I'm here we wanted to tap into the masculine's energy and see what they want to be honest about. Okay. For many of you, this connection with your divine masculine keeps resurfacing because you both want the connection. Okay, that's the channeled message I'm receiving, is that the connection keeps resurfacing because this is what you both want. You both are manifesting this. So, if you found your way to this reading, maybe you have doubts at times, and I'm being called to say what you want wants you, what you're seeking out. It's also seeking you out as well. Okay, so whoever the person that you're thinking about as I say this, let's go ahead and find out what they want to be honest about. Okay, so we have 3 messages coming through. Okay, so I'm just going to read them. The first card says, I'd have to start over, but you're worth it. I'm hoping you show me a sign you're ready. And we have, again, coming up, you're a kind person and it's an attractive quality. Okay, so this person has their mind made up. Okay, but maybe they're looking for that confirmation from you, and it could even be energetically before they move toward you. Okay, so that's why I was saying, like, whatever you want wants you. Sometimes you guys might be in the energy of doubting the connection, or when you think about your divine masculine, you might find that your thoughts are just not in a good place. So let's go ahead and find out. Can you trust this connection? At this time, what are you learning from this person? Can the universe help validate your intuition about this person, this divine masculine here that's moving toward you? Ooh, a lot of those flipped out at once, but you know what? It's way too many. Okay, so they're definitely wanting to come toward you. Okay, it's worth waiting on, and that's why it says here, I'd have to start over, but you're worth it. Okay, and then we have worth waiting on. Something about this connection, I feel it's a true connection. This is what I'm feeling. It's a true connection, but you both are not in control. The universe is in control. And I feel like it's about asking yourself in this moment what you want. What do you want? And this is regardless of the past. Okay, regardless of the past, what do you want? Okay, so we have make the effort, letting go of control issues and romantic feelings. And I feel that letting go of control issues is coming up because, there's a lot this person has to do in order to come toward you. You may not even know this. You may not even know, I'm hearing the word sacrifices as well. You may not know a lot of the sacrifices that they're having to make to come toward you. So, just be mindful of how you're feeling about the connection and letting go of control issues. This is also about releasing the past as well. So if your person is coming toward you and there's still things from the past or past experiences that you've had, and it's maybe preventing you from letting down some of those walls, or it could be blocking this fresh new start, pay attention to things like that and make sure that you are working through the emotions, okay? Because you're being called to just let this unfold naturally. And so because you're being called to let it unfold naturally, it's more of like an energetic shift within you, divine feminine, I feel like is what your counterpart is waiting on. And they'll be patient, okay? And the reason they'll be patient is because, they've seen the qualities within you, and it's like no one else is gonna do. You're a person that they can trust, and they can sense this and they can feel this based off of just how you treat them, how they see you treating other people around you. There's a lot with this kindness card that I'm getting. You're someone that they can raise a family with. If this is someone who doesn't have kids, It may be that they want kids with you, or it could be something that they picture because they never thought that they would have a connection with someone that they could potentially see as like the mother of their children, for example. Okay, even if they don't plan on acting on that, it's just a thought that ends up coming up, and even just the thought of it, I think, is nice for this person. Okay, they're going to make the effort, okay, because we have a lot of romantic feelings here that are resurfacing, okay? So if you guys are in little to no communication, maybe you're not in communication, you guys are going through a separation, but the energy between you is romantic. Like when you think about this person, you can feel them around you. Maybe you can even sense that they're going through a lot of changes here about having to start over. You know, the vibe that I'm getting is that if this reading has found its way to you, your person wants to reach out. They want to communicate, or it could be that they're waiting on you to communicate and say hello, or in some way, shape, or form, they kind of just want to know that you're still in this. That's what I'm getting. And then once they have that clarity, they're going to make the effort and come toward you, okay? Because it says great love is worth taking the risk for. And that's what they feel for you, okay? Because it's more than just the way you look. You know, it's more than the physical things. It's about their attraction to the person that you are. They find themselves pleasantly surprised by the person that you are. Okay, let's see how they see you. How do they see you at this time? Why are they feeling all of these romantic feelings? You know, what kind of energy are you in as well, Divine Feminine? Because you are being called again to let go of control issues, let the situation unfold naturally. And with letting it unfold naturally too, you know, keep an open mind. Sometimes when our divine masculines are going through transformations or upgrades, you know, that's the time to really let go of control issues and have an open mind, so that way you're not fixated on keeping an eye on them or what they're doing, or you know, what part of the journey they're on, and are they going to reach out. And you know, sometimes you just have to, again, go with the flow, right? Let divine timing take over. All right, so again, how do they see the Divine Feminine right now? Okay, so they see you detached is the word that I'm getting that's coming up here. So, you know, we have the bird necklace, just the power purple, that tells me that many of you are just comfortable within your own self. Maybe you love turning to your spirituality or your spiritual habits. You know how to ground yourself. You know how to enjoy solitude. You know, they often say when you're alone and you're not lonely, that's called freedom. And that's what I'm getting with this card. You know, many of your masculines there are in the background, and I feel at this time a lot of them are going off on that same journey where they're going to have to face feeling alone. And at first it can feel really, really isolating, right? And that's something that many of you may not know about your divine masculines, is that, you know, there's times where they avoid certain endings because they fear loneliness, is what I'm getting, okay? But they've seen you embrace solitude, so it can't be all that bad, right? Because maybe they see you on your own or doing things on your own, and it's like you're still such a beautiful, warm energy. So, you know, this is great strength as well that you embody, Divine Feminine. Yeah, but they see you just really kind of releasing ties to the connection, not really releasing ties to them. It's just, you know, the connection and the way that it is right now. You know, for many of you, you want your divine masculines to grow, even if that means distancing yourself from them. Okay, but it's triggering at the same time because they're not used to seeing you in a state of detachment. So, you know, I genuinely feel like they're going to go off on a little bit of their own path for a while. And that's why the worth waiting for card is coming up, because when the masculines go off on their own path for a while, sometimes we can often, in the feminine energy, we can get triggered, right? Like you don't know what's going on with them. A lot of the times they go into the hermit, where they go MIA or they just get quiet. I see a lot of masculines too working through just frustration about a lot of things getting done right now. Just really busy with a lot of stuff, okay? Especially if many of them are moving, or there's a lot going on in their workplace, or they're just busy trying to earn money or create things. I feel frustration attached to that as well. And this too has a lot to do with just the vibe between you two right now, okay? A lot of masculines now are feeling that push to okay, this is what I'm sensing with this reading. Your masculines are going through a lot right now in the material and physical world. And it's demanding, okay? But when they're in that place of rest, like everybody's done their work day, they get to come home and they get to rest. Every person wants to come home to something, or a sense of peace. And I feel that many of your masculines, they see you as a sense of peace, divine feminine, even if it's just the thought of you being there or being around. I'm hearing too from the masculines, I'm just glad to be here at the same time with you. It's almost like they're glad to be born in the same lifetime as you, and that you two have experienced lifetimes where you didn't always incarnate at the same time. So something about that, it's like they feel really grateful that you're here, okay? We have the 10 of Cups and we have the 4 of Wands coming through. These are happy cards. I feel like this is what your person wants, but in order to get there, there's work to be done, but ideally that's what they're after. So if many of you are just kind of wondering what it is they're up to behind the scenes or what they're working on, it's admitting to themselves that they do want the happy home life, and it's okay. It's okay to think about that. It's okay to admit that. Some of your masculines too, who are maybe a bit older and they're still like bachelors, or, they may not have children. I'm seeing for many of them, they front on the outside like it's not what they want, but because they know you, divine feminine, and you have had a connection with them naturally, whether they want to admit it out loud or not, they do fantasize about this 10 of Cups with you. And what I'm getting is like, the happy home, you're both with each other, children, pets, and finding happiness in the simple things, like grocery shopping or, going out to, pick up dessert and come back home and eat it, or simply just have a movie night. Just simple things like that. I feel that many of your masculines, they long for at this time. Like it's just a natural shift in their energy that, they're wanting. And, 4-2 is a number of just a solid foundation, stability. They're very joyful in this card as well. And it tells me that a lot of your masculines, they fantasize about good times with you. They fantasize about building with you. They never expected the connection to go the way that it did. They never expected to fall in love with you as well, is what I'm hearing. And now that they have, and many of them have had that experience about the whole twin flame epiphany, I mentioned in the last reading, recognizing the language, twin flames, when they hear that kind of stuff. If not twin flames, it's like soulmates, or anything that explains some kind of deep connection to one other person. Many of them feel that now, whereas, maybe like up to a year or two ago, it was absurd, and maybe some of your masculines would even laugh at the idea of you thinking that, or they might just think that it's, a feminine thing, or, a female thing to fantasize about that. But, the deeper they go into this journey, as much as they may not Or they may be in denial at times. It's like they deserve love. They deserve love, and this is happening. They may even be guided to let go of control issues in that sense as well. Many masculines are used to kind of pushing this away. The more it feels good, the further they want to push you away. And the reason that is because they fear detachment. They fear something going wrong. Once they have this, their worst fear is losing it. So it's like they might as well just stay away from creating this altogether, right? Because, to lose it would be so painful. That's something else too that I feel that many of you, you may not know it now, but you will come to understand it, even spiritually or energetically, that, deep down inside your person really does want this, but, there's something to do with losing it, or the potential of losing it, that really, it scares them. And so they've never wished for the 10 of Cups. Secretly they've desired it, but they've never wished for it, because it's like this energy of, I'm not even gonna set myself up for disappointment. I'm just gonna avoid that whole thing altogether, because it doesn't exist. And it's, something, they see life in that way, but then they meet you and you completely mess with that whole idea. They find themselves going to this place, a lot more often than they thought that they would. Okay, so, slowly but surely is what I'm hearing. This connection is moving forward. I feel like many of the feminines are in a really great place, and don't be afraid to experience this freedom, because I feel like it's this very freedom that's, allowed your masculines to connect with what the right thing to do is. Many feminines too, I feel like you give them that freedom to look at themselves and say, you know what, I have to do whatever is right for myself. And many of the divine feminines, because she's got the scissors out and she's cutting the picture in half, it's like, like, I'm not afraid to detach from you and go out and live and have whatever experiences you need to, because, you're experiencing the freedom from expectation or living life in a certain way. You're letting go of control issues, and you're allowing the universe to take over and to gift you the life that you've been given here, rather than trying to control every single aspect. Many of you are like, wait a second, life is happening for me. Like, I don't necessarily have to do. I just have to think more clearly about what it is I desire and what it is I want. And those are the types of things that are worth it and worth waiting for. Okay, and many of you are lending this type of creative energy as well to your divine masculines at this time. Okay, so, release the need to know at this time, and let the universe surprise you when it comes to this love. Okay, it's almost like the universe is giving you little tidbits about what it is your person, is up to. But at the same time, it's like, I get a sense of these messages are so vague, it's like they could mean anything. But at the end of the day, maybe sometimes you're not supposed to know. You're just supposed to let it happen. I get the sense of many of us, really digging into our person's, their energy and their life, and always needing to know, if that's you, and there's no judgment. It's just, it's the energy that's coming up, and I think it's completely normal to feel that way on a twin flame journey. But that kind of stuff is coming up for release, because I feel like those types of behaviors or those types of habits, they sometimes cause delays on our journey. When we are supposed to let go, it truly means letting go, and letting go of the need to know as well. All right, guys? So sorry to go off there at the end, but I hope I was being clear about the message and that it helps you guys in some way. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you in tonight's reading, okay? All right. Bye, guys.